was walking in the woods. We came across some noises and approached to find a man on top of his covered wagon trying to fend off some very obvious undead, which we quickly helped to dispatch. Come to find out, inside the wagon, the oohs and groos and groans were actually the husk of his wife, which I so lovingly and gently put, that we decided to make truly dead. This man was a man fleeing Hoot, Holler, and he essentially we convinced him to take us back to Hoot, Holler, to lead us away into Hoot, Holler. Upon arriving, we found it was kind of a bit of a ghost town. There was no one walking around. There was nothing going on. We decided to try to check the inn out, the saloon/inn. Went in there. Hector made a deal with good old Chap to kind of some insight. Pretty much as soon as that happened, our buddy from the covered wagon was drug outside by a horde of more undead, we think, and he was beginning to get clawed at. That was just about where we ended. We got in a whole heap of trouble.
How them Duke boys going to get out of this one? Also, a little bit of bookkeeping on my end. Addie, you are in fact shaken still. That was kind of like your whole "it gets worse." Basically, you're going to start this session off shaken, or you can spend one of your bennies, of which, once again, everybody starts with 3. You could go ahead and spend one of your bennies so that you were no longer shaken.
Let me do that. That seems like a prudent thing to do. So let me cash that in to not be shaken.
Okay, so let me grab a notebook. My notes are scattered because I was doing a whole lot of writing this weekend because my first assignment was this weekend, and I'm doing great. 96 overall in the class so far.
It's only show and tell, Chase. You don't have to worry. You'll be all right, man.
Let him brag a little bit.
I had the best rabbit. His name.
I got a spider.
His name was Joseph. Joseph the rabbit. It's a good rabbit name. We're going to say that before y'all are 7 zombies.
Ooh.
Yes.
Mr. Lawrence, I've got a quick one. Can I use a Benny to get rid of my distracted condition?
No, you can't. Let me look.
No.
You were going to be distracted. It's until the end of your next turn.
Okay.
So it's not a permanent thing, unless you die, in which case I guess it was permanent.
I forever distracted, even in the afterlife.
A distracted. What are the undead that you can come back as?
Harrowed.
Harrowed. Yeah, you're just constantly.
Harrowed.
You're like, but.
An ADD zombie.
I like that idea. That sounds great.
You must have take Ritalin once a day, or else you can't do anything.
No.
Where the heck is that paper? That's fine. Okay, so anyways, yeah, he what was his name? We'll call him Mr. Smith.
I think we have a name for this.
We did. I can't find it. Alistair.
Normally write these down, but
it was Alistair.
Alistair Smith from Hoot, Holler.
Yes, Alistair. So yeah, there are. You know what? No, we're going to round that up to a nice, beautiful 10 zombies. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh my God.
And yeah, he's in amongst the middle of them. They haven't really done anything, but they drug him out. To the left, you guys see the church. Still has lights on. Everywhere else, like you see, like some lights from the windows, but nobody, like you don't really seem to see any like activity. No one seems to be like coming to rescue you or anything. Across the street, you see a bit larger, like a couple of other larger buildings, but the big thing, yeah, in the middle of the street is 10 zombies and a guy on the ground looking extremely panicked.
Let's try to get him out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
so
if that's the case, hold on a second.
Is he like tucked into like the middle of all of them, or is it like they're all like burrowed around him, or
For intents and purposes, he's kind of like in the center. Like two of them have a hold of him at the moment. But like, it's not one of those like you could feasibly fire into the pile of zombies and not necessarily hit him. Like this isn't go unless you're like aiming for the
Okay.
ones grabbing him. You can shoot the other zombies without incurring any kinds of penalties.
Okay. Yeah, let's try to do that.
yeah, I think that's the move. Just if he's kind of on the ground, just kind of aim high and start blasting.
Okay. We will for the intents and purposes, we will say this is a combat. Who wants to draw first?
Okay.
Okay.
Shoot.
Eddie, you have a jack of clubs.
Okay.
Who's next?
do me?
All right. Hector, you have a 3 of spades.
Oh boy.
So that will leave Wyatt
You know. Mm-hmm.
a 10 of clovers.
10 of clubs. What a handsome card.
And the zombies are going to have a 4 of plates. And Alistair is going to have a 9 of shamrocks. Hold on a second. Let me organize this from the top. So top of the top is going to be Addie. Hold on a second. Followed by Alistair. And by Alistair, of course, I mean Wyatt.
Also known as.
Let me take these, followed by the zombies. And bringing up the rear will be Hector. Okay, so I'll set the dealt cards there. Alrighty, Eddie, what do?
I'm gonna shoot.
Okay, what weapon are you shooting, and what exactly are you shooting at?
I'm gonna use my rifle.
Okay.
Winchester. So I'm trying to shoot, since Mr. Smith is kind of low, yeah, we're gonna try to sort of aim a little higher.
Not
Try to
hit
aim,
him.
above, yeah.
Just
Are you
pen hammer. You'll hit one of them.
Are you aiming at one of the zombies that are near him, or? Because I will say that is firing into a crowd.
If I aim at a zombie that is less near him, is that firing into a crowd?
That is not firing into a
Okay,
crowd.
then let me do that.
Two of the zombies will say that will be firing into a crowd.
Honestly,
in
I
which
think
case
just like
you will
kind of thinning the herd at this point is the goal here. I don't,
Okay. Dagnabbit, I swear. I work very hard to get things organized, and then I lose all my papers. I know, I'm just the worst.
Stop.
Okay, so fire away into a zombie.
So because my shooting is a d6, I'm gonna roll 2 d6s, right? The one for the ability and then the wild card d6. Is that?
Yes, and you were aiming for a 4.
Okay. We'll see. I got a 5 on one of them.
Okay.
2 on the other.
Excellent. Alrighty. Next, you're going to roll your weapon's damage.
Okay, it's 2d8.
Mm-hmm.
So 5 and 4.
Okay, cool. That's cool. Here's what that means. So their toughness is 5. That's all you had to hit. You had to hit above a 3 to get a raise. So you basically did like damage and then some. So yeah, you crack off a round, and you hit one basically right at the neck. Huge chunk blows out of the back. The head just kind of slops to the side, and it drops. Yeah, slops. That's a good word.
Slops.
I
Zombies
don't
die and drop
Everybody
the
hates it when their
claw.
head slops.
Bet.
Yuck.
What?
All right, Wyatt, what you got?
I'm going to close the distance as much as I can. I'm going to say, God damn them. I'm going to run up, try to get as close as I can so that my shotgun does maximum power. I don't know how close I am. Initially, I guess I'm, at least a few feet away. So I'm going to try to get, within 5 feet. And did you say that the zombies are kind of swarmed around him, or they're just kind of about and there's like 2 on him?
Yeah, like 2 of them, like if you were to shoot into them, that would be considered close range. Like you would like if you missed on that kind of roll, you might potentially accidentally shoot Alistair. That being said, there are a few that are not. They're close, but they're not considered close enough. And we'll say, yeah, you can move up to them, but you will be kind of in amongst a bunch of the others.
Okay, I'm going to, instead of using my shot off, can I get next to him, like the zombies that are like on him? Am I close enough to run up to get like next to him?
Yeah, you were close enough to get in amongst any of them at the moment.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to run up and I'm going to pull the axe. That's actually a club, spec as a club, but my axe that I carry on the back of mine, on my back. And when I pull it, it's just a common single butt wood chopping axe, but it looks like it has been burnt and singed. And you all seen it's very popular now, where you got the electricity that they run across wood and kind of gives that kind of pattern on it. It's got that going down the handle, and so he's going to run up and just try to tee one of the zombies' heads off, just low swing and try to knock it right off him.
Okay.
So that does yeah, just club their head off.
Okay, and this is one of the zombies that's next to Alistair, right?
Yeah, the one that's kind of gunning for him. So I'm trying to save Alistair. That is my goal.
I'll move you. Yeah, you move in amongst them. 2 of them are about to kind of lurch down on him. All right, roll fighting, I guess. Yeah, roll fighting, and you're aiming for their parry, which I'll let you know if you hit it or not.
Okay, so fighting, is that a skill?
Yes, it's a skill.
Shoot. Okay, I don't have fighting, so it's a base 4 then.
Hold on a second. Let me look at your character sheet real quick.
I got the normal ones, and I got faith, intimidate, healing, bolt, shooting are my only skills, selected skills.
Oh my lord, honey. When we start getting a little bit of money, I'm investing in a big honking desk.
All right.
I like this desk, but I'm realizing it's very limited space.
It's a bit small, yeah.
Yeah, I guess not. I guess Wyatt is he's a shooting man now, not quite a fighting man. You still get to roll a d6 along with that though, as you're so you get to roll that. But that being said, you're at a -2 on both of them.
It's them praying hands, not punching hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Not clobbering. Well, that's terrible. The 4 is a 3, so it's actually a 1.
You
and the 6
clobber
is a 2.
for Christ.
0.
Okay.
A swing and a miss.
Would you like to spend a Benny?
I would like to spend a Benny because that's terrible. So I will have only 2.
Okay, so swing and a miss.
And reroll exactly the same
magically
thing.
Reverses. And it's back up in your hand.
Rip it. Perfect. All right. So the 4 is a 2, but the D6 is a 6. I'm going to roll that again because it explodes. And then it's a 2. So it's a total of 6.
Okay, so yeah, you managed to hit him on that. Now roll the damage.
Right. Okay. So that's a D4 and then a D4. So 2 D4s. Right. First one is a 3. Second one is a 4. That's 7 total.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you managed to cleave it right in the back of the cranium. Zombie jerks. Your axe is, it just goes limp. Your axe is momentarily stuck though, and you basically have to put your leg into its back to kind of pull it out.
Just hear that squeal like a bone.
Yes.
The steel.
The bad news
Oh,
is
God.
you are kind of now in amongst the crowd. But that's fine. This is all fun. Next is going to be Alistair. Alistair is
Does he
what
even
is
have any weapons?
Alistair? No, he doesn't. He does have big, meaty hands.
I remember that. I think he's kind of yeah.
Meaty
All right.
hands.
Yeah, he has big ham hock hands. We're going to say that he's going to
Sounds like a Venture Brothers character, but go ahead.
Hawk hands.
Ham
Yeah,
hock
really is some
Yes.
like, Q tier
It's
Guild of Calamitous intent guy.
we're going to see if he can like wrestle himself off of that one that kind of dragged him off.
Like him and Brick Frog are right there.
He
it's the dropsy, Sarah. That's why his hands are so swollen. He gets too much salt in the blood.
Oh no.
Oh,
He,
God.
Gotta get a diuretic up in there, dude. Come on.
he screams, help, get him off me, and he's like struggling. His ham hock hands are, unfortunately they're very sweaty right now. Just coated in grime and sweat,
Sure.
and he can't get any kind of a hold. It's just slipping all over the zombie's bare skin.
Well, I'm glad we just made that canon. That he's just Hector feels a fleck of sweat go right there in the corner of his mouth. Just
Yeah, like he kind of the zombie kind of gags a little bit. So that being
Right.
said, the zombie, he's not happy. So I'm going to say all the zombies are going to go at once because I really don't want to wrestle around 8 zombies.
I think he can go with a hive mind type.
The one that has him though is going to reach down for a little chompy chomp.
Okay, so I have a quick draw holster. Gives me a +2. I think interrupt, I think, is the stat. Can I implement that? Like try to shoot it in the head before it bites him?
Yeah, sure. We will say that it's going to be at a higher. We'll say that you will have to roll a 6, but that basically balances it out. So if you get a 4, you get that 6.
Yeah, let's have a cinematic moment.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
So I've got this quick. So
Yeah.
I don't know how the +2 interrupt works, but that was the stat attached to the quick draw holster. So
That's fine. We'll flex.
all right. So my shooting is D8 and then the 6 you said. So all right, D8. I got an 8, and then the 6 I got a 3.
Okay, so that hits it. Now roll the damage. We'll say that.
Okay, so damage is 2d6 plus 1. That's a 5 and a 6 for an 11 plus 1, so 12.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that does it. Yeah, you shoot it. It goes down to bite. Loud crack, and its lower jaw is gone now.
Hell yeah. There we go. Hell yeah.
You know what though? So interrupting is normally how that's cool. I'm gonna let that happen. But here's normally how interrupts are would work in a game. Like basically, you like on your turn, you're like, I'm going to do nothing, but I'm going to wait for something. And then at that point, you can put yourself at any point in the next round. So we'll basically say we'll allow that to happen. We'll let the zombies go finish their turn, but then we're going to start back at the top, and it'll go Addie, Wyatt, Alistair, you, then the zombies.
Okay.
But hold on a second. Let me go ahead and move you up on the thing in between the zombies and Alistair. And
there's actually a mechanic like that in kind of a topic in Warhammer Quest, like for initiative. Very, very similar in terms of like moving yourself in an initiative ladder.
A lot of games have it. Most people don't usually do it because a lot of times, especially with a lot of combats, it's just like most people think in like terms of video game logic. Like everybody's on this side of the screen, the bad guys are on this side of the screen. Like they don't think on it on like a 3D kind of terrain. But well, I will say though, the zombie just to kind of flex, since we were kind of working on it. The zombie's not dead, but it is incapable of biting, and that one's
All
turn.
right, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. We'll say.
And I guess now my gun is officially drawn too in terms of actions. So
Yeah, we'll say this one moves forward. That one's going to stay on Alistair. This one moves forward. This one moves forward. This one moves forward to Wyatt. This one moves forward. And one of them, all out in the back, you see it just kind of standing there, and it reaches down, and it has a gun in its hand. Funny enough. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, and it decides, you know what? It don't like this nonsense, and it's going to point at the one that did the last shooting at Hector.
So
And it's
these are
going-
like Return of the Living Dead zombies, like, more brains.
Yeah, basically.
Oh man.
And it's going to fire its Colt Army at Wyatt. In fact, hold on a second. Let me get my ammo counter for it. And its firing is going to be at a D6. The good news is these guys don't have, bennies unless I want to spend a benny. Does a 3 does not hit. So I'm going to spend one of my 3 bennies and see if I can get a shot off.
Rude.
It does not. I'm going to hold on to those. So it fires. Its turn is done,
Yeah.
unfortunately. The other one that's heading towards Addie, though, it is brandishing a knife,
Okay.
and it's going to take a swing at you.
Okay.
Let's see.
well, I probably should have asked him, are these zombies like dressed like townsfolk?
Some of them are like the others. Some of them are dressed more like the indigenous people, but those are rotted. They look ancient, like they're almost skeletons.
Okay.
Almost skeletons strapped in jerky. Yum, yum, yum.
Nice touch. Nice touch.
You know what? No, I'm determined that something is going to hurt you. Oh, wait. Yeah, wait, a 4 does hit. Never mind. Okay, cool.
Does it hit what?
It hits your parry, which obviously is a 4, correct?
No, it's a 5.
I think it should be a 4.
Oh, look at the sheet.
Well, you know what? Cashing
I
in
wanna
that penny.
cut you. I'm gonna cut you.
All right, well, you try.
It got a 4 again, so bollocks. Hold on a second. It stumbled up, but it's a dumb, stupid zombie. It didn't do anything. It swung its axe. It didn't hit you. It's sad now.
Sorry.
One of them.
Coordination of a middle-aged life crisis dad at high school tailgate that drunk too many natty ices kind of coordination.
Yeah.
Very specific.
Just getting a fight with the president of the quarterback club energy.
Oh gosh.
One of the ones in the back, one of the Native American jerky men, it stumbles towards Wyatt, and it's going to try and bury its tomahawk inside Wyatt's back. Wyatt, how's that back going to feel? Oh, a moment.
Probably bad because my parry is terrible.
Does a 5 hit your parry?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay. Well, I now roll strength plus d6. So strength is okay. So d6 plus d6. Cool.
Oh, jeez.
Also, I realized I didn't take my distracted, condition into consideration last time, so I apologize for that. So I don't think I would have been.
Hey, you know what? That's fine. That's on me. Until the end of the character's next turn. So don't worry about it. Hold on a second.
We'll bump it.
All right. That does 8 damage against your toughness. What's your toughness?
5.
Okay, so what that does is that hits you. Okay, so here's what happens. That hits you, and it stuns you. So you're stunned, or what? Or that? What's that word? I'm still learning the terminology. Flipping. Yeah, you're very dead now. Roll a new character. No, you're not dead. You are. Okay, you're shaken. That's the word.
Okay.
You're shaken, but you're also suffering
yeah.
a single wound. Now, you can try and soak the damage. Basically,
Okay.
that means you roll you don't have to spend anything just yet. You roll your vigor. Just a straight vigor.
I did spec high enough.
Yeah, so yeah, here's how that works. After rolling damage, but before applying wounds, a character may spend a Benny, you guys spend that, to make a soak roll. This is a vigor check with each success and raise, reducing the number of wounds suffered from that attack by 1. If the character soaks all of the wounds from attacks, and you've only suffered 1, he removes his shaking condition too. So yeah, if you spend a Benny and you roll your vigor, and you're aiming for a 4 or better.
Okay. Well, I definitely will spend a Benny because they're made to be used, and a tomahawk in the
Yes.
back sounds like a nightmare, so I will spend 1.
And is he also going to roll
It's
the
a 5.
d6?
It's a 5. So you
Okay.
only suffered
Yeah,
a single wound, which means you recouped that wound, which means you suffer no wounds and you're not shaken.
Okay.
So
Yes.
basically, what's going to happen
Worth it.
is, yeah,
Praise God.
yeah, yeah, like the zombie swings down and it's tomahawk. It lands into a log with a single leaf on it that it thought was you the whole time.
And then it poofs into it.
Yeah, there's a poof. No, like we're gonna say like it kind of wings you, like it doesn't hit you direct, like it kind of like it doesn't catch meat, it kind of catches the side. It bonks you. It doesn't feel good, but it doesn't hurt you. It doesn't even shake you. You're just like you son of a biscuit eater because you're a goodly Christian man.
God will protect me. Jesus got my back.
Okay, next is Addie.
Okay. So what's the sort of lay right now of everything?
Okay, so we got one zombie all up on Wyatt's grill.
Okay.
We got one of them that is in another move. It'll be able to get up to either you or Hector, you would say.
Okay.
The other zombie that was next to Alistair, it's kind of sitting there just because it's missing its lower jaw. And there's a few hangbackers. And the one that took a pot shot at you is still standing there. It's kind of doing this kind of thing because it put its gun back in its holster.
It's gonna. Let me aim for the one that's sort of advancing on me and Hector. It seems like the most sort of immediate danger. All right.
Okay. The crosshairs zoom in on its head like a video.
Yeah, because Wyatt, I feel like, can handle the one that's on him. Yeah. All right.
Addie activated that.
Oh, I got a 6 and a 5.
A 6 and a 5. Well, either one of those works.
The 6
okay.
I roll again, or is that anything?
Is it Oh yeah, you got 2 d6s. Yeah, if you crit, roll again, baby.
That's a 4.
So 4, 5, 6. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, yeah, that adds a advance. So that actually gives you some kind of a benefit. 1 second.
Okay, all right, I'll take it.
If your hero gets a raise on it, yeah, if your hero gets a raise on an attack roll, they add plus 1d6 to the final total. So you add, you do your damage plus an additional d6.
Okay, so that's a 2d8 plus
evaporates them.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like pink misting the head.
2, 4, 7, 2, and it's 13.
Okay, yeah. You pull the trigger, and a beam from the heavens shines down, and the zombie looks up, and it dissipates into nothingness. You still definitely spend a round of those, so be sure to keep track of all that.
Okay, yeah, sure. I have my little counter.
Okay, hold on a second. That one is evaporated. Next, Wyatt. Hold on a second, Wyatt. Bad things are about to happen to you.
Hey.
Why do I always lose you?
Oh no.
Where the heck are your? This might be pertinent to mention since you are a holy man. You do have an ability called Holy Symbol.
I do have that.
You also
I've got it
have
written down.
Smite.
This might be good.
What is that?
Well, no, I haven't gotten. I wrote Smite down, but I didn't actually get it yet. I just I kind of got messed up when I was writing it down, so I do not have that yet.
That's fine. Let's
So
have a look
yeah, I
and see
think I'm
what a
gonna use
holy
Holy
weapon
Symbol.
does, or a holy symbol.
I got you. I got it.
Oh,
I wrote
cool.
down. Once evoke evil critters that want to make physical, blah 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 blah. Essentially, it's +2. Sorry. Spirit roll. Okay, so creatures that want to make a direct physical contact with bearer must make a spirit roll as a free action. It's a +2 with a raise.
Okay. There's also a modifier where you can have an area of effect. For +2 points, the power affects all allies within a medium blast template centered on the caster. That'd be enough to cover you and Alistair.
So how do you? I thought that's something you had to get like a level up. I mean, to modify it like that.
It makes the roll a little bit more difficult. So how that would work is of your power points, you would spend 3 of them, and you would make a spirit roll, aiming for 6 in this case. And if you succeed, then yeah, basically like within that little area surrounding you, as you hold up whatever your holy symbol is, we'll discuss that once we get the rules done. But you hold that up, and the zombies are a lot more hesitant to hurt whatever is in there.
Cool. Yeah. Then let's do that. So I'll go for the harder roll then. I need to write down the modifier because I didn't realize you could just do the modifier. So I'll do that. So I need to make a spirit roll. I've got a spirit of 10, but I also have my night terror, which is a -1 to all spirit rolls. So whatever it is, the -1. Is that correct?
Yes,
thinking that
and
right?
also since you're a true believer, if you bonk this, you do get a reroll.
Okay.
Sweet. Okay. All right. So it's just 1d10.
Yes.
There's a 9 with the night terror hindrance. It's an 8.
Yeah, you get it. Or is there any bonus for that? Hold on a second. Let's see if there's any cool.
So,
There is. Well, you know what? I'll say that. I'll say that with a raise, since that was very much in that. It's a little bit bigger, and hold on a second. So, by the way, let's hear how you describe this. What exactly happens right now?
so after chopping ahead, he looks down at the sweaty, muddy man and is like, God damn them. He's like, yeah, Mr. Smith, if you're not going to do nothing, then just lie down and get it out of the way. And he's going to pull from his chest at the Star of David that once belonged to an old friend, and he's going to hold it out in front. And a kind of blue hue aura maybe emanates from it, and he just holds it back with his axe in one hand. And he's got kind of just classic hold out in front. So it's a Star of David that he just pulled off his neck.
Okay.
Does that mean can I root and toot and shoot, or can I only just do an action like that? That's essentially a spell, right?
Well, that does count as rooting and tooting. There is a multiple actions rule, but I feel like, hold on a moment. Let's see.
I'm probably not good enough to do that yet.
Yeah, let's see. Characters can perform up to 3 actions on their turn. Each additional action beyond the first inflicts a -2 penalty on all actions. So if you want to do something else that involves rolling, it is going to come at a negative. It's going to be at a neg.
No, I think that's good for now. I'll just create my little sphere of holiness and piousness around me and Mr. Smith and anyone else that wants to enter the party.
Okay, so basically, yeah, because you got a raise, like the ground around you, you can feel it like it feels, for lack of a better term, consecrated. It feels like a little bit safer, a little bit more protective. It's just, you just got that kind of feeling like there's, you're going to be okay here. Eddie, you do see, like a light, like an actual like radiance coming from this Star of David. Like you saw a Star of David, and then you just see like basically a flash, and it's basically glowing and producing light.
I can't deal with any more shit right
So
you kind of plug into the deep end. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot. Yeah, it's a little too much. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, Alistair, we're going to say he's dumbstruck, but he's going to stay where he is. He's kind of getting that vibe. Next is Hector.
Okay, so what do I got in front of me? You said I had like at least one zombie.
You no longer have a zombie there.
Okay.
Eddie got that. That being said, in the layout, currently there are 2 zombies next to Wyatt and Alistair, but they look like they're kind of getting in a panic and kind of wanting to get away. There are 3 others around the periph of them, and one tucked away in the back that's still like kind of sitting there like eyeing his next target.
Let me get the cardboard cutout, fairground bad guy zombie. I get a teddy bear if I hit him, apparently. So.
All right, but the question is, do you have one of the rig guns?
Yes. Yeah. Let's see. How far away is he?
For the sake of argument, we're going to say he is, we'll say he's about 20 feet away.
Okay. So question also with actions, like how, obviously I think depending upon the firearm, is like how many shots are allowed per action, or is it one shot per action?
That depends on your rate of fire. Let's see if you have anything.
Oh, yes, it's 1. Got it.
Yeah, if you had your Winchester, no, they all have. There are weapons with a higher rate of fire, but
Yes.
yeah, all it's pretty much one shot around. Unless I think you can get certain edges, like if you're like fan hammer, things like that.
Yeah. All right. Well, then let me go ahead and let me try to shoot him. So my D8. That's a 6, and then my wild dice D6 is a 2. So
that hits.
All right.
Now we roll the damage.
All right, so 2d6. So first dice is a 2. Second dice is a 6 plus 1.
Yeah, that gets it. That clears their toughness. He, you shoot him, pow, and he's, and then he falls over. It's like typical standard Western. We scratch him out.
Oh,
He did?
Yeah, he did.
Hooray.
Okay, now the other zombies, one of them, let's see, this one's going to kind of come around and try and make a sprint to Hector. The other 2 that are in the blast radius of that holy symbol are going to get the fuck out. One that's missing his jaw is trying to express his displeasure and doesn't like it.
He's only talking in vowels.
Yes.
Oh.
And there's another one that's looking at Eddie and takes out his pocket knife and throws it out of his pocket. Zombies can have pockets.
Did he open it, or is it just closed?
Yeah, he unfastens the button on his shirt, takes the knife out, opens it, and then throws it. But unfortunately, it is at a distance, so he's going to suffer a distance penalty.
Okay.
And he botches it completely. It it lands at your feet. He's sad.
Bless his heart.
These zombies, I mean, just have very poor combat decisions. Like they're
Well, the one that's running towards Hector, it's gnashing its teeth. It's hungry. It's saying today is a good day to die again. It takes a it takes a swing of its pocket knife, and does a 4 hit your parry?
parry's a 5.
Well,
Nice.
I'm now out of Benny's. Hold on a second. Does a 6 hit it? Awesome. So, nice. Strength plus. So, what's its strength? D6 plus D4. This not one of these zombies is going to get blood. Gosh darn it. Does a 5 hit your toughness?
Yeah, my toughness is 5.
Well, it doesn't do anything, and I'm out of Benny's then. so it stabs you. It catches in your cloak. I mean, in your cloak, like you're a freaking vampire. In your duster. But it doesn't get you. Zombies are done. Dunzo. That being said, Hector, you are now in close combat range. You can fire a handgun in close combat range.
No. He wants to try to stab me. I'll show my knife. I'm gonna pull my Bowie knife out and stick him under the chin to the head.
Someone comes over and wraps rope
I mean,
around both
it's-
of your hands.
Yeah. So.
One sec. It's Eddie's turn now.
Oh yeah.
All right. I guess one of the far off ones.
Okay, yeah, there are several. 2 of them are trying to spread out. One of them is mumbling just vowels. The other one, yeah, basically the 4. Away from Hector, they're all like kind of scattered at this point.
Okay. Just whichever one is like the best. Like.
There's one. He's
Done.
you see him and he is primo zombie material.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Let me take him out. So just a quick question. Like, whenever we're doing skills, right, we're gonna do whatever on there plus the D6. If we roll an attribute, does that also get the wild card thing? I'm
Yes.
trying to like track.
There are
Okay, all right.
very few things that don't get the wild card. Like
Okay.
this is the kind of thing that makes like player characters special.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. Cool. So you'll let us know if it's something that's
Yes.
okay. All right. I'm just making sure. All right. Oh, I kind of goofed that one. 2 and a
What's
3.
up?
A 2 and a 3. Guessing that.
Yeah,
is-
that don't do nothing.
Can I spin
Sure.
a bin?
Sure. Spin that bin.
Softly caress the zombie's cheek.
Beautiful. Not the way.
5 and a 4.
5 and a 4. Well, that does it.
right.
On one of them, that clears it. Actually, it does it on both of them. All right, go.
All right. So 5 and 3. So 8 total.
Okay, yeah, that gets it. Doesn't do anything extra. You shoot it, it wings it, right in the it wings it right in the forehead as winging does. No, you you shoot it right in the forehead. It drops. A million centipedes launch out of it.
No,
Don't
centipede.
like that. Don't like that at all.
Next is Mr. Wyatt. The good
So
news
to-
is
to
y'all are
maintain.
clear.
Huh?
What's up? What'd you say?
Clear?
Yeah, like yep.
So we're
Well, I mean, there's
clear?
still zombies, but like you and Alistair are like you're feeling
Oh,
kind of safe
yeah.
in consecrated ground.
And I think I read in the rules to maintain it, you have to spend a PowerPoint per turn, right?
Yes.
To maintain a spell. So I'm going to spend another PowerPoint to maintain that holy symbol. Does that still count as like a turn? Do I have to roll for that, or can I just maintain it for a PowerPoint?
You just maintain it. Now, that being said, that doesn't. I'm for the intents and purposes right now. I'm going to say that that's a free action. You can still do a thing and move about.
Okay, so I'm gonna, yell at Hector and Addie, be like, y'all get in the circle if they're not already, because that just makes sense. And then I'm going to sheath the axe, and whatever perfect hunk of meat a zombie is closest to me, I'm going to try to fire off the shotgun on them, while still holding out the Star of David, the holy symbol.
Okay, I will say that the closest zombie nearest you, sir, is going to incur the penalty, and it'll do a little less damage. But I mean, you're still getting 2d6.
Yeah, that's plenty good enough for me. So
Okay.
roll a d4 for shooting. Oh, am I still distracted? Do I need to take anything away for that?
You're not still distracted.
Okay.
I'll have to find a way to mark statuses just for me to remember next time.
Yeah, I should remember too. It's
all good.
enough. Okay. So for my shooting, I rolled the d4 and that was a 2. And then the d6 is a 1. So I don't think I hit anything.
Yeah.
So I do nothing.
Yeah, if you want to spend a penny, you can. But that being said, we'll say you fire a shot and it doesn't hit anything, but you're basically clear. If you want to say, hey, that's basically like a warning shot for anything, hey, stay the fuck away.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go. Well, it's hard to aim with one hand and try to excuse myself for my poor shooting, and that'll be it. I'll just be the holy man.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, you let them know that, hey, come on in here. The water's fine. Next is Hector. The zombie is sitting there doing this.
You said I'm still in close combat.
He's opening
Rolling
the butterfly knife.
Yeah, he's the butterfly knife.
Coolest kid in school.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to just basically get him with my Bowie knife.
Okay, yeah, we'll say for intents and purposes. I'm not going to stick to it right now for this one, but in the future, just remember drawing a weapon does count as an action. And now that being said, you can multi-action, but just for now, just because this is just kind of fun, we'll just say you drop your gun and you just immediately pull your knife out and you're ready.
Actually, you know what? No, I can do something that's in an instant.
Okay.
I'm gonna use Plague Jaw on him, which is a burst attack.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
That's good.
Doesn't sound
Let's see if I can create a domino effect here. So so it is labeled as a spell under burst, page 157 if you need to reference it in the Savage Lands.
Mm-hmm.
How do I go about casting this?
157, you say?
Yeah, 157. It's an instant. It's 2 power points.
Okay, so okay, so let's see. That bays a target in red, whatever it is. So basically, we'll say that you position yourself to where you're not going to blast everybody else with your horrifying bugs. But
so for context of people at home, basically he opens up his mouth and very much like Canner, he just sends a stream of horse flies out.
Don't like that. So
No.
if you don't want to make a deal with the devil, all it does is it costs 2 power points, and you roll. What is it you roll for your spell casting?
D6.
Okay, so yeah, you roll D6 and you're aiming for 4 or better.
And I get the wild die. Okay, so I got a 2 on my regular dice and then a 5 on my wild die.
You got a what? Okay, so the wild die gets it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now roll 2d6.
It's a 3 and a 2.
So yeah, this thing's coming at you. Bouncing the knife back and forth. and you just look at it and just basically just grab it by the shoulders and just Emotep from the Mummy it, and just huge black thick horse flies just erupt out of your mouth. Like, I mean, it like the buzzing of their wings, it basically sounds like bees. Like, it's that loud. And yeah, they just strip it down to the bone, and it falls over, and it's dead.
If he had bells, he would be pooping himself.
Yes.
Well, as Wyatt's phobia is literally flies, and
This is
none
what
of
I was
y'all in
curious
character
of.
know this. If you look over to Wyatt, and he's literally like white, like he just saw his like greatest horror.
Didn't know I could do that.
Strip exotic, and literally the Star of David is shaking, and this is Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Who is that man? He says it aloud.
So
It's like he looks over at like Wyatt, and he just like slowly closes his mouth, and he just sees like one horsefly on his face crawl up his nose.
Yeah. You've never seen a man look more terrified, more like a boy that's just seen a ghost. He looks almost childish in his terror.
So we're going to say that the other two, including the jawless one, they're going to continue beating the hell away because they might be undead, they might be zombies, but they realize they bit off more than they can chew. One of them especially. The other one that is just outside of the consecrated ground, though, it's feeling kind of saucy. It opens up its shirt lapel and pulls out its tiny little 3-inch blade as well.
What are these like Boy Scouts with Whitland chips, Chase? Like, what is that? What?
So it's gonna roll strength to see if it can hit you. Does a 4 hit your? Actually, that does. You don't need to parry it or anything. So a 4 does hit. Now let's see if it does any damage. Doop. 2, however, probably doesn't break your toughness, does it? Wyatt, sorry.
Oh, Wyatt? Oh, I'm sorry. No, yeah, it definitely does not.
Okay. Yeah,
fine.
these zombies,
Sorry,
they don't have good knives. They don't have good knives at all.
No, they might as well be using straws at this point.
So, that being said,
Plastic cutlery.
since its knife did nothing as well, it just and just runs away off into the distance as well. They are scattering, running in between buildings and stuff. It is now Addie's turn. You can pursue. You can, you can regroup.
They're all
Whatever.
leaving, right? I mean, At this point, let's regroup. Let's kind of check in on everybody, see how Alistair's doing, if he's all right, and figure out what the fuck to do next, I think.
Well, that being said, I'm going to stop the recording right here so everybody can kind of get up and do their thing.